Good evening, Internet, and welcome to Top Shift number 59. Now, it's just been confirmed that Engineers 2.1 is coming to beta on May the 8th. This is just brand new breaking news, which I'm just going to slip in here, because the rest of this video is concerned with Google Cardboard. I've just managed to get a upgrade to my phone, so I'm now using a Nexus 6P, which if you've had a look at the specs on that, the screen resolution is vastly improved, and it's improved so much that I've had to make some alterations. I'm not using the typical side-by-side view. I'm having to use the fake 3D setting in Trinus, and I must admit, in this headset, it's doing quite well. I'm getting a really fast frame rate, but because I'm using the fake 3D setting, I'm not getting the depth perception. Now for that you have to go to the side-by-side view, and at the moment I don't think the graphics card that I have can support it. But as you can see here, I mean, the head tracking seems to be behaving itself. So we're going to give it a go. What I've gone and done is I've gone and selected a bounty hunting mission. Now, it's one of the things that I'm doing at the moment is I'm going through each of the individual mission types just so that I know what to do in the future. And
centering heads-up display.
Yes, we've got Astra running in the background. As you can see here, I'm flying an Imperial Clipper. I must admit, I have
landing gear up.
I have started to really like the Imperial ships. This
Returning
one in particular.
systems to normal.
Now Astra will
Afterburners, maxing engines.
butt in from time to time. I'm using the keyboard by feel at the moment, and when I do hit the appropriate key, Astra will also comment. Normally I'd use voice attack for this kind of thing, but it's a bit hard to do voice attack while also recording. So, I mean, I'm looking about here, you actually feel as if you are in the cockpit. Even without the depth perception, you still have this feeling of being there, of presence. And I must admit, because it's filling my entire view, how shall I describe this? It's like having a massive telly pretty much close up on your nose.
Frame shift drive engaging.
And I must admit, I'm quite impressed with this, because it's a lot better than I thought. I'm going to have to upgrade my graphics card, I think, in order to do the side-by-side view. But that's a conversation for another day. I think I'll be able to upgrade to a GTX 970 maybe in the next couple of months. Which, I mean, yeah, I mean the Trinus is tracking my head movements quite well. I think it's going a little bit too far. Right, now I think excuse me. I think we're going to have to start looking about for our target now. Here we are. Lots of missions we can do. I mean, so what else has been happening? Well, there's been a heck of a lot of community events for the last couple of months while we've waited on news of Engineers. As you all are probably aware, Engineers was put back by 6 weeks, mostly because of Frontiers. Frontier decided that the quality wasn't there. I mean, that might have been something to do with the fact that a lot of people were complaining about the missions that came out with Horizons 2.0.
Next fire group.
And to be honest, it has got to a point where once you've managed to get hold of or done at least one of the missions once. Here we go. This one's wanted, so I'm going to see if I can yank him out of hyperspace. I've got to try and line him up in the centre. Normally, if I was a pirate at this point, I'd be picking on a juicy fat trader, but ooh, yeah, because you do
Centering heads-up display.
the interdiction, you are
Weapons
thrown
hot.
about for a little while. Same for your
Next fire
opponent.
group.
Right. Let's run him and see if he's got any extra bounties on him.
Next fire group. Next fire group.
Yes, he does seem to. So, right, let's arm up the big hitter, and that's the plasma cannon. So this ship here is armed with 2 beam lasers, as you can see there, and a plasma cannon. The thing that I found out lately is
Configuring for attack.
the plasma cannon has to have at least half power available in the capacitor in order to release. But when it does, hopefully I'll be able to show you that in a second. And yeah, there's a slight problem with the head tracking here, but it's manageable.
Next fire group.
But one thing I am having trouble with is maintaining a lock on both the ship, looking at the ship and seeing the situational awareness that the scanner gives you. If you concentrate on one target too much in a multiple environment, then the chances are somebody, if you're not watching that scanner, someone will sneak up behind you. Oh, I can't believe I missed there. And his shields are back up. Wonderful.
Target shields offline.
There we go. Oh, did I get him that time? I don't know. Problem with the Cobra is a very fast ship, and it can escape if you're not careful. In fact, I know that the Courier that I'm flying is more maneuverable than the Cobra, but it's not as fast in a straight line. Oh, now he's trying to drop chaff. Well, we're not going to let him do that. Oh, where is he? Where? Ah, there. Right. Line him up. Oh, he's almost got his shields back again.
Target shields online.
Normally in these cases you use the beam lasers to hammer down the shields, and then the plasma cannon at close range will really do a number on the hull. If you can hit. Oh dear. Panic shot. Right, bring us round. This ship really does handle well. I think only the Vulture and the Eagle, in my opinion, maneuver better. So, this ship, it has been growing on
weapons.
me. It has been growing on me a lot, the Imperial Courier. So, yes, the 8th of May. The 8th of May is when we're expecting to have the beta start for Engineers 2.1. Now, normally this would probably take the place of a 2 to 3 week beta, where people will
centering heads-up display.
Basically run through various tests and test scenarios that Frontier have laid out. There's already been a couple of leaks. For instance, there has been a new beam laser called a Friend or Foe Enhancer, which if you fire on your wingman with one of these beam lasers, it will increase their shields. Now this sounds to me as if they're going to start implementing the good old holy trinity of MMOs.
Super cruise drive engaging.
The tank, the medic,
4, 3,
and the DPS.
2, 1, engage.
which you can imagine, really. I mean, can you imagine 3 Corvettes? Well, a Corvette obviously being a tank, and a couple of support ships always constantly firing their support lasers into the Corvette to reinforce its shields. It does enhance a wing, the possibility of a wing, a great deal. We're flying about here looking for our mission target. And I must admit, the immersion that I am feeling at the moment is quite high. I'm quite impressed with it, to be honest. Now, I did manage to get a hold of the Oculus Rift DK2, and I will admit it's not in the Oculus Rift DK2's league, especially with the latest modifications that were released a couple of weeks ago. For those of you who have got the DK2, or the or lucky enough to have had a commercial version delivered to you, I am so jealous. From what I've seen of that and the Vive, it is an unparalleled experience.
Next fire group.
Most people... Ooh, this one might be a bit tough. Will I be able to get this further lance? It's telling me to get behind the target. Might be a bit difficult. Oh. Why is the tether failed? No, not having it. How come? How come? Oh, I've got to lose him. Yep, lost him. Oh, blast. I think you only get 3 goes and the target will disappear and you have to reacquire them. Might be an idea for me to drop by the space station, complete my other missions, and then go hunting again. I mean, the engineers aren't the only things that we're getting in 2.1. There is a whole vast catalogue of fixes and little tweaks and changes. One of the things that we're always looking forward to is the improved AI. One of the developers, Sarah Jane Avery, has been gleefully posting on Twitter that us cocky pilots will be laughing at the other side of our faces once we come across this new AI that she's been working on. So I'm looking forward to that and dreading it at the same time.
Centering heads-up display.
It's not centering as well as I'd hoped. This does seem to be a little bit of an issue because I'm actually not looking directly on at the screen at the moment. I'm actually looking at a sort of like 45-degree angle to the left and sort of like 30 degrees down. So I'm kind of looking. I feel a bit twisted at the moment. Let's try again.
Centering heads-up display.
No, it still doesn't seem to be centering. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a bit better. So, I mean, this version of Google Cardboard and Trinus, it's just been released. I think it's 2.06b I'm using here. I am very impressed with the screen resolution, especially with the Colorcross headset that I've got. It does seem to have improved over the Nexus 5. It doesn't fill my whole vision though. I can actually see black. You know, it's like I said, with a big flat screen telly that's close up to your face, but you still can see the black outline of the screen. And hopefully that's something that Trinus can work on. So, fingers crossed for that one. Now, so the upshot of all this is that because I'm using the phone's head tracking, the cost of this has gone right down. I'm not using ED Tracker anymore. So we're looking at approximately,
Super Cruise drive disengaging.
yeah, we're looking at approximately £25 for the headset, which the Colorcross you can pick up actually for about £15 now. And of course Trinus itself, which is a fiver from the Google store.
Charging Super Cruise drive.
No, it didn't work. Yeah, fiver. Although if you want to test out using the demo version, that's free at the moment, so you can give it a try. So for 15 quid, and a decent Android phone, I reckon you can dabble in VR and have quite a passable experience. I still think the head tracking needs to be looked at a little. Although I don't know whether it's the accelerators in my phone or whether or not I need to turn down the sensitivity in the Trinus server. Yeah, I might as well point out that the Trinus server is always free. You can download that from their website, the Oddsheep Games website, at any time, and just match that up with your phone.
Drive deactivated.
Not having much luck here, to be honest. Ah, well, at least I've seen the space station. That's a start. Be able to drop off all my cargo. Yes, so there's the AI is being improved. We know that. We know that there's going to be the ability to add bookmarks onto your screen. So no more parking and little sidewinders everywhere and trying to work out where you want to go. Ooh, this is getting tight. I know I'm going to be in trouble if I slightly nudge.
The gear is down and locked.
Well, I must admit, when you come into this landing bay, the docking bay, when if you've got the headset on, it's cavernous. This ship feels so small and so all over the place. I mean, you must admit, I have been flying a T9 for the last couple of weeks. So when you jump into something like this, it's just a completely and utterly different game. So what we'll do is we will go through and clear off what missions we can, and then we'll go bounty hunting again. Must be some somewhere. I mean, in the meantime, while the delay has happened, there's been quite a lot of community events which I've kind of stepped up to the mark lately. I mean, we've had Elite Meet, which has been done by mostly some people by Lave Radio and the Hunting Truckers, and that was up in Glasgow over a week ago, and apparently it went down very well. A lot of the community meeting up and basically having a laugh, which is what you want. But one of the big community events, the in-game events, has been the Distant World Expedition.
Centering heads-up display.
That centered quite nicely. Oh man, just looking at the inside of this docking bay, it's fantastic because the resolution on the headset is that high. I can actually make out detail and text on the front screen here without a problem. Whether or not I'll be able to do that in the side-by-side view
Retracting landing gear.
when I try later is another matter. Right. Okay, we'll boost away and we'll try and find this miscreant in the Furtherlands.
Super Cruise drive engaging.
I have a sneaking suspicion I didn't have any power assigned to the Systems tab.
4, 3,
And the interdictor
1. Engage.
will run off the Systems tab. Yeah. give it a try when we find him and find out whether my theory was right. But the distant world expedition. Oh, good grief! How many commanders did it have? 600, 700, and oh my goodness, just love looking at those planets when you float by.
Centering heads-up display.
Still not centering. Oh, this is a bit of a pain. Yes, 700 commanders went all the way across the galaxy to this place called Beagle Point. It was a pre-specified
Centering heads-up display.
system over or properly directly opposite on the galactic disk to us. And they have just reached there. Goodness knows how much exploration data they've got. It's a fantastic achievement. It even made the headlines in some of the gaming press because they did a
Centering heads-up display.
They did a fantastic mass jump. Oh, hello. Yep, this is who we're after. See if this works. Gotcha. Oh, but he's pulling away quite badly. I think I'm going to lose him. Oh, maybe not. This is one of the problems with the tether game. Oh no, looks like I'm gonna lose. Come here. Come here. No, no. Oh,
Hull integrity compromised.
bugger. Right.
Centering heads-up display.
It's still not centering properly. I wonder if we need to raise that as an issue. Mind you, you get a good look all the way around the cockpit here. Because it's an Imperial ship, the inside of the cockpit always looks nice. Not as brutal as, say, an Aspera, a T9. But yes, the distance world reached the mainstream press by managing a mass jump at Sagittarius A, which...
Centering heads-up display.
Oh, it worked. Excellent.
Preparing for super cruise.
Alright, well, let's go after him again.
Ready to engage.
But they managed to break the 32 ship limit,
2.
which surprised us.
Engage.
Because we all thought that the maximum number of ships you could have in an instance was 32, yet they managed almost over 100. Apparently there've been little words from Frontier saying that they almost broke the servers, but the mass jump, someone recorded the entire fleet jumping out on the debug cam, and yeah, that looks like the whole Battlestar Galactica fleet jumping out at once, which is always impressive to see. I know that the Hutton Truckers have done similar things. I've done similar things with us and the Hutton Truckers, so... right, here we go again. Can we get this Fer-de-Lance? He's a nasty one as well, so... now, normally for assassination missions, you follow the same kind of... is he going to get away again? No, I'm not going to have that. Come here. Come here. This is... I always have real problems with this little mini-game. Yeah, for assassination missions, you follow the same process. You locate the target, probably in Super Cruise, or if you're lucky, you drop into some of the unidentified signal sources, and you might find your target there. But the best chance, I think I've got him. No, oh, your best chance is up in Super Cruise. Now, I always prefer to go after wanted criminals, because that way I don't get into trouble with the system that I'm in. I have real problems, it seems, breaking the law even in a pretend game. Yes! Right. Okay, that was the easy bit.
Configuring for attack.
Oh, God, he turns fast. Oh no.
Deploying and readying weapons.
Capacity exceeded.
Well, so he's got at least one beam laser and a whole load of oh, where are you? Yeah, there he is. Oh, this is gonna be a long fight. Those of you who are
Next fire group.
ooh, ouch. Those of you who are bored by turning battles,
Next fire group.
I think you should leave now. This ooh.
Next fire group.
Normally a courier versus a Fer-de-Lance, the Fer-de-Lance wins every single time. But as it's an NCP,
Next fire group.
or NPC rather,
Under attack.
I've got a bit of a chance. Although, will I still have a chance once the new AI comes in? I don't know. Right, we've got his shields down to one ring. Oh no, shield cell. You could tell there's the shield cell, that's that pulsating effect across the ship there. It means he's dropped a shield cell which boosts his shields temporarily. I've got them as well, but I haven't used them yet. Oh, that was an optimistic plasma cannon.
Target shields offline.
Oh, but oh, you've got to love the look of the Fer-de-Lance, even though it's a... Oh, missed again. I'm having trouble with the head tracking again. It feels like I'm looking in the wrong direction. It's like it's not tracking properly. Yeah, I think I might have to raise this one as a bug. Right, where is he?
Centering heads-up display.
No, still not centering.
Centering heads-up display.
Oh, come on. I'll just have to take this thing down while looking in the wrong direction. That kind of breaks immersion.
Centering heads-up display.
At last, I think we've got a better chance now. Now that I can track the thing. The shields are coming back very slowly, which I suppose is a good thing. But I'm having to keep power balance between the shields and the weapons, because I know how powerful those weapons are. If I didn't keep power into the shields as well as the guns, it would probably rip through the shields a heck of a lot faster. This is one of the things that we've been
Centering
discovering in
heads-up
some
display.
of our PvP sessions, is that sometimes it's better when you're approaching an enemy for the first time to actually put 4 pips into your shields and not into your weapons, and wait for them to expend all their weaponry or firepower first before flipping back over. But that's definitely a video for another day. Oh, ouch. I don't think anybody's got anything to worry about my really bad plasma cannon shooting here. It's phenomenally bad. Yeah, so the guys... Ooh, ow. The guys at the Distant Worlds Expedition, they're on the way back now. They've managed it. There was a little bit of drama, even as Ed Lewis arrived. There was apparently a sabotage attempt, but we'll leave it to the guys there to deal with the miscreants. So yeah, the other thing that I'm really looking forward to in the engineers thing, is the engineers update, is the mission upgrades. Apparently, it's going to completely revolutionize the way that we play missions in Elite Dangerous. Not only giving it a little bit more atmosphere because of the stuff that's used with the character creator, but I think the mission system might have been the main reason for the delay. The missions were such a disappointment in... Well, not all of them. There was only about 3 or 4 mission types that didn't work out of about
Centering
20.
heads-up display.
Still not centering. I'll have to look into that one more closely next time before I do the next play session. But mind you, before I do Google Cardboard again, I might have the new graphics card, so there might be a whole different setup by then. Good grief, this is hard work, this. Again, I am actually looking off to my left and down by 30 degrees, or 30 or 40 degrees, in order to get
Centering
this...
heads-up display.
Ah, well that's better. That might be, I think that's got to be something to do with the accelerators within the phone. I've got to look into aligning them up properly. The problem with Android phones is you're not given any tools to do that. So it's all hidden in the background. So I'll have to dig through the SDK documentation to find out if there's a way to see how the accelerator is actually doing it in your phone. Yeah, the mission system. It wasn't disappointing. A lot of the missions that were on planets were interesting. I think there was a lot of disappointment with stuff like kidnapping missions and rescue missions and things like that. Things that normally involved a timer where the other contact never appeared, and that caused a little bit of frustration, even on my behalf when I tried about 3 or 4 of them. I was going to do a tutorial for each of the mission types, but when half of them didn't seem to work, it didn't seem to be worth the time. So, but that's what I'll be doing over the next... God, yeah.
Target destroyed.
God, that was tough work. Right, are we heading home?
Stowing weapons.
I think we should.
All power to shields.
So, yeah. Apart from, obviously, the missions, the AI, and the engineers themselves, I might as well point out that the mission fixes and anything that is space-based that's coming in 2.1 is also coming in 1.6. So people who have bought Elite Dangerous but not bought Horizons, they're still getting the same AI upgrades and mission upgrades as well. I mean, there's also a couple of other little things in 2.1 which we might as well point out. First one is that Lave Radio, the orange Sidewinder,
1. Engage.
will be appearing in 2.1. For those of you flying around Lave, give us a wave, take a screenshot. Don't shoot us, please. There'll be a little orange Sidewinder flying around Lave. And the other little thing that has been fixed, which really annoyed the community, was the fact that Akenar's capital planet has now been put back to being an Earth like it wasn't for in Frontier First Encounters. Oh, I must admit, that is really pretty. Just flying next to a star with this massive, just filling your vision is quite breathtaking. I can't wait to try it in the side-by-side view, but that'll probably be a little, like I said, a little way off. So yeah, people in 1.6, Elite Dangerous 1.6 will be coming with anything that's not tied down on the ground. You'll be getting that as well. So we'll still be dealing with the new mission systems, the new AI. You probably will have to put up with Horizons players having these modified weapons that these engineers can create. So that might put you a bit of disadvantage in PvP. But then again, Horizons is approximately, it's £25 at the moment as a DLC, which actually down beneath this video you'll see a whole load of links. That is, I've joined the Pioneer program, which if people want to buy Horizons or are interested in Elite Dangerous, well then please feel free to click and purchase through the link below. Any proceeds here goes back into this channel, probably to buy more hardware, put money towards the Oculus Rift fund perhaps, or the Vive fund. But yeah, if you could click on the link below if you want to buy the game, feel free. It would be appreciated.
Disengaging Super Cruise.
Well, I think we're almost
Centering heads-up display.
there. We go. We're able to cash in all our bounties. And that'll be a pleasant way to end the session.
Centering heads-up display.
And I didn't realise that we've been recording for 36 minutes. Ah well. I must admit, I am just taking in the majesty of this station. And the detail on it is really apparent. Ooh! Oh, I hate it when the police do that. That's one thing that we've noticed with the problem with the AI.
Gear down.
Is that sometimes, if you're flying too fast, a police officer or a security vessel will accidentally ram you.
Landing gear deployed.
And then charge you 100 credits for effectively damaging a vehicle, damaging a fellow spaceship as you try to land. We hope that this is one of these little irritants that is fixed in 2.1. So I think I'm going to call it a night once I dock. Quite a successful bounty hunt, and hopefully with a bit of luck this will help me towards my Imperial rank. I'm saving up for the Clipper. Once I get the Clipper, then ooh, overshoot. No, just really skippy this actually. There we go. So overall, I am looking forward to the 8th of May. I'll be running through some missions with Top Shift just to see what they're like, but I won't be going into it too much depth because I like to save some of that stuff for the main game once it comes out of beta. You know, so it's one of these things I do to spend sort of like 5 or 6 hours maybe at the most going through the beta to make sure that everything seems fine, sending back feedback to Frontier, but then I'll leave it and go back to the main game because effectively I don't want to be spoiled too much. But oh, look at that, that's gone up a lot. Excellent, that's what I want to see. So maybe by the next time I do a Top Shift I might be up an Imperial rank or 2. And with that, thank you very much folks, and good night.